An uncontested divorce means that you and your spouse agree on every aspect of a settlement agreement before anything is even filed with the court. When a divorce attorney offers uncontested divorce as a service, this means that you and your spouse have already agreed to everything, and the attorney's role is drafting all the required documents and submitting them to the court for finalization. After the documents are drafted, it's best for both parties to each have their own attorney review and advise them before signing the agreement. The uncontested divorce option typically works best when you have few assets or your assets are very simple. If you need advice on the best options for an issue such as property division or child custody, or you need assistance negotiating terms of the agreement, then your divorce is not an uncontested, and you will need to hire an attorney for a contested divorce to give you advice and help you negotiate settlement. Most of the time in Georgia, you do not need to ever go to court for an uncontested divorce. Your attorney has documents that they can submit to the court, and the court can sign the final decree without the need for a hearing. We do not recommend an uncontested divorce when there are significant assets involved. This doesn't mean that your divorce needs to be drawn out and contentious. However, when there are high assets, it's very important for your attorney to review financial documentation and verify the value of the assets and give you guidance on the best way for your assets to be divided. Not all assets are easily divisible. Some require a special type of order, and others require a complicated payout structure. Often, a business or a pension will need to be reviewed by a financial professional to determine value. Skipping over these steps could lead to a settlement agreement that isn't workable and end up costing you a lot of money in the long run. It is possible to have an uncontested divorce when you have minor children. You will need to have a lot of discussions with your spouse to come to an agreement on a detailed parenting plan, an exact child support number, and determine which parent has final decision-making authority on all issues related to the children. At Atlanta Holistic Family Law, we provide you with a checklist of all issues to discuss and agree on with your spouse regarding the children to have an uncontested divorce. Once you provide your attorney with all the terms of your agreement, it takes about 2 weeks for your attorney to draft all of the uncontested divorce documents. Then you and your spouse review the documents, sign them, and your attorney submits them to the court. Once they are submitted, there's a 31-day waiting period, after which the judge can sign the final divorce decree. If there are minor children involved, both parties must also attend a court-approved parenting class before the judge can finalize the divorce. If you have no children or assets, you may not need an attorney to finalize your uncontested divorce. Forms to do it yourself can be obtained from the Superior Court clerk in the county where you live, and you may be able to finalize it on your own. If you have children or assets, it really is best to have an attorney make sure the documents are drafted correctly so you don't have problems getting the divorce finalized or enforcing the agreement after finalization. The cost of an uncontested divorce varies, but you should expect to spend at least $2,000 plus the court filing fee. There are attorneys who charge less than this, but this means they are going to provide you fewer resources to help you negotiate an agreement on your own, and they will spend less time reviewing the terms of your agreement and advise you on any red flags. Those services are very valuable to maximize your chances of having a simple uncontested divorce and a solid agreement in place.